everybody and welcome back. That was odd. Welcome back, besties. That's how it goes. It's been too long. But yeah, we are back. It is book related. Surprise. We all know I have a bit of a book buying issue. It was recently Black Friday, but I resisted. Surprise. I did resist. It was a close call. I was looking at books, but I didn't buy. We had the first snow when you see this just a couple days ago. And instead of buying books, I decided to declutter. I do have to like preface that I did not declutter as much as I had hoped or thought I would. But a bit is better than nothing. Let's be real. Because if we're being completely like fully honest, I have way too many books. I don't get around to reading as much as I want to or would like to in the moment. And so I was like, I know there's books in my like shelf somewhere. Not even in the shelf. They're like the hideous ones that I don't even show. And so I was like, might as well just get rid. A lot of them are German books. I think all of them maybe even. And all of those are kind of like a case of, one of them is one I had to read in school, which is horrific, and the rest I think is just books I required at some point and they were very cheap and I was like, might as well just have that, but I don't feel like I'm ever gonna read those. So we have close to my home, we have like a little open library thingy, you know, and so I'm just gonna bring them there at some point. But I just wanted to get them out. But also, I think I might, like, I don't want to promise nothing, but I might reorganize my bookshelves again. Surprise, who would have thought? Because I feel like it's time again. So, and because of like London and everything, I have like two big ass fucking book stacks. Not just because of London, but generally. Just like big book stacks on top of all the shelves, and you know, so I feel like I have to rearrange, and I feel like in the process of rearranging I might declutter as well. That is where I wanted to go with this, so we'll see how it goes, but let's start, shall we? So first one is the German version of one of the Twilight books. I actually don't know which one this is, if it's the first one or the second one. Like, I don't know. I think it's the second one, but God knows. I'm not too deep into this. I don't think I've ever read, no, actually I never read them, like never ever in my life. I have seen the movies multiple times as a child, young teen, but I don't know, I feel like at some point for me personally the hype just ended and that was it. Oh wait, I think in the back it says which one is which. Actually, maybe it is the first one. Might be. Anyways, anyhow, gotta get rid of it. I think that was very cheap and used or from an open library. Because I was like, why not? Might as well read it at some point. But it's a chunky one. It's like 500 pages almost. And for a maybe potentially nice to just have it read just for the sake of it, that's too much of a book. Like, that's not giving me anything. So it has to go. Oh, I have a second one, but it's at the bottom, like the bottom of my stack, so you're gonna see this later. Then we have Little Brother by Cory Doctorow, don't know. It's German as well. It's something about like gaming and a terrorist attack and like, I don't know. I saw this, I thought this could be interesting, and I still think it could be, but it's also German and the writing is very big, which makes me assume that it's like a teen book potentially, and I don't have time for that. I mean, some of my romance books that I have are like YA, like, you know, teen, young adult romance books, but like, God knows. And it's also, it's like quite big, like compared to this one. It's like big, and it's also a chunky one, almost 500 pages. Do I look like I have time? No, I don't. And it's been in my shelf for a long time, like for a year probably, and I have not once thought about reading this. So, you know, might as well put it in a little open library for somebody else to enjoy, because I'm sure there will be someone. Then we have, and some of you lot will shame me for this, but I don't care. First, I think it's the first one. Yeah, the first book of the selection series. This is the German version actually. Bought this, I think used. It's in very good condition still. Like, the spine is not cracked, not really. Like once a little bit, but you know, it's like good condition and it's nice. My issue with this is, number one, it's the German version, and as you lot probably know, majority of the books I'm reading are English, because why not? And there's like a few exceptions, like favorites I have, like the thriller series. I think I talked about the thriller series at some point, where there's no English version, so I have to read the German ones anyway, and I have the German ones from back in the day. But the selection series never kind of like caught my eye. Maybe I'll read it at some point, but I don't know, I just really don't care. Like, maybe I'll be obsessed at some point in my life when I read this. Maybe I will never read it, God knows. But, and it's also only the first one, and I kind of feel like if I enjoy it, I would want to get the rest in English, and then they don't match, because, you know. So I'm gonna get rid of it and make somebody else happy that they can have this, because it's great condition for a used book. And you know, why not do something nice, do something good for the people. So that was book number 3. Moving on, I'm a bit like 50-50 on this one, because it is about Tim Burton, and I think I took this because I thought it was very interesting, or could be very interesting, and I still agree that it could be, but I'm not too deep into Tim Burton and the whole like filming movie situation. And so I feel like somebody else would be way happier to read this, because they are interested in like Timmy boy, and like the whole shebang, you know. So I don't know, I'm kind of like, I feel like this is interesting and like good knowledge to have, so I feel like I should read it. But then again, I'm like, same as the rest of these books, by the way, all of these books are like, I've had them for a year probably, if not longer, and I have not once thought about picking them up. Like, not one single time. So, you know, it gotta go. I feel like somebody else will be very happy. Maybe there's somebody living close by who will see this and be like, oh, that's so amazing, love Tim Burton, and they will be very happy about it. So that was that. Moving on, you will shame me again. We have Julia Quinn, The Duke and I, Bridgerton, the first one. Yeah, the first novel. It's actually English, which was surprising, because around here most like open library books, because I think it's from there. Don't know actually, but I think it is. The like most of them are German books, obviously, because it's Germany. And so I was very happy and delighted to get this, but I've seen the series, and because this is like a whole as book series, I don't know how many parts actually, but too many in my mind. I feel like if I start this, then I feel like I have to like read the whole series, and I don't have time for that, and I'm not that interested in it. Like, I like Bridgerton, great, love, but I'm good with just seeing the show, which I know some will hate, but you know, there you go. Somebody else will be happy about this, and just like, I don't know, it's gonna be something, I guess. So moving on, we have Save Me, which I have seen on TikTok a lot. I think the author is German. This is a German version as well. I think she's German, but God knows. The thing is, it sounds kind of interesting, like money, luxury, parties, all of that. but I don't know. I feel like it's not really giving so much, and it's a series I think as well. There's like 2 or 3 parts to it, and it's a big chunky one again, like 400 pages. Big ass book, by the way. Like, that shit is huge. So no, I'm gonna get rid of it. I took this because it's been on TikTok and I was like, might as well, you know, like try and see what the hype is about. But no thank you, I'm not about the hype. I could not care less. I don't want it. No thanks. Moving on. I had to read this in school. It was horrible. It has to go. That's all I'm gonna say about this. That was that. Moving on, however, we have this, and I'm getting rid of this because I have this book twice. It is German. I don't know if that's the title, but like if I would translate the title, it would be The Wife of a Time Traveler. I don't know if that, like, where that comes from. I don't even know who the... I think it's like... I think the original was English, but God knows. Actually, maybe not. No, it's not. It's literally not. Oh, it is. I'm confused. Anyway, I love time traveling. Loved the... okay, saying I love time traveling sounds like I'm weirdly obsessed. I'm not. But I've read like the Outlander... parts of the Outlander thing, and then audiobooks, and then the series, and you know, I love the time traveling part of it as well. And so I was like, might as well try this. But I have it twice. I thought about getting rid of both versions because I have the exact, like literally even the same cover, everything. My issue with this is I feel like this could be interesting, so I'm gonna keep one of them and get rid of the second one because I really don't need that twice. And we'll see if I get around to reading it actually, because it's German and I don't do German anymore, kind of, you know. And there's the thing is, I think I would like this and I don't mind it, and I feel like it's like a quick-ish read because it's German and faster reading of German, but it's more a thing of like where it is in my priorities, because I have probably 150 books that I would read before I would pick this up. Not because it's bad or because I think I wouldn't enjoy it, but there's just like other ones where I feel like I would like them more, if that makes sense. And so we're getting rid of the second copy because nobody needs that book twice if you haven't even read it and you don't give a fuck about it. Like, there's literally no point. Moving on, another German one, or like German version actually, which is Two in One Day. I don't know if that's the English title actually. Might have to look that up. Some romance thing. Probably somebody's favorite book, and I'm just out here like, some romance, you know, some romance thing, I don't know. But yeah. Wait. That is like... Wait. Okay. I just read the back. Sorry for that. That was weird. They meet on the 15th of July, and the book is like over 20 years. Now I kind of want to read this. I'm gonna get an English version. Maybe there's a movie actually. God knows. And it's over 20 years, kind of like, but only the 15th of July every year, I reckon. And how they kind of like, you know, meet again or like just miss each other and that kind of stuff, which sounds interesting enough. But same thing as it is with this one, there's probably 150 books I would pick up before I would pick up this one. It is a big chunkaroo, 550 pages almost, and yeah, I don't know, it's not giving. The once a year thing reminds me of Colleen Hoover's, when was it, November 9th? Was it that? But yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I feel like this is a nice, good book, and I might read it in the future. Probably English version. Not even English version. I think the original is English. But like, you know, that's kind of what that. Oh, there's a movie about it. I'm gonna watch the movie. There we go. Actually, even with Anne Hathaway. Why? Probably I've seen this movie and I just forgot about it. Shame on me. Gotta go. We're down to the last two. And this one, is a bit 50-50 as well, because I always wanted this book. It's a German one. I'm gonna look up the English title because I don't know. I always wanted to have this as a kid, but I never got it, and it was big and expensive, and you know, and I've seen parts of the movie probably too early in my life because it was a bit scary, and I feel like it's not supposed to be that scary, and still I kind of liked it. I was like intrigued, so I never got this, and I probably had a bunch of friends who had this, and I could have just like asked them if I could have it and read it and give it back, but that never happened. I don't know. And then for a couple years I didn't think about it, and then I saw this and I was like, I need to have this just to have it. The thing is, it's a big chunk of room, and I would even keep this without reading it technically, because I know parts of the story anyway, but there's multiple parts to it. I only have this one. Fact number one. Number two, it's a big chunk of room, so space, you know, people, I don't have space. And I feel like if at some point I would want to read it, I would want to read the full, I think it's 3 parts, 2 or 3 parts if I'm not wrong. I feel like I would want to have a matching set of all of them, and so I feel like if at some point in my life I want to go back to this and revisit my childhood and the traumatic experience of watching this at a way too young age, I feel like I would just get a set and just read them all in one go, and I just have one. And it is used, and it wasn't expensive or anything, but like I feel like I would want to have like crisp, brand new, perfect set, you know. So I'm gonna give this to the open library so somebody can enjoy this, because I know a lot of people would, and it's really, I'm not really doing it justice just having it here, not reading it, not displaying it, none of it. So this baby has to go as well. And we have a big, actually big, like physically big, final one, which is I think the 3rd part, maybe, I don't know, of the Twilight series, but German version. And this is hardback. The first one was a paperback, and so that is also something like I wouldn't want to have. Even if I had the full set, I would want to have matching ones. That's just me. You don't have to have this, but it pisses me off. The dust jacket thing is so annoying while reading. Hate it. It's not giving me anything. It's in good condition still. Like actually very good condition. I feel like it might have never been read, because it looks very nice and perfect almost. But yeah, it's too big. I'm not gonna read it. I was never that big into Twilight. Like I've watched the movies a couple times, but I was never obsessed, you know. And so I will like pass this on to someone who will enjoy this way more than I do. Especially because it's hardback and it was fucking expensive back in the day. And you know, have this. Somebody enjoy this, please. So yeah, that was what that is basically. Anyway, guys, that was my lovely book decluttering situation we have here. I thought I would declutter more, as I said, but I feel like rearranging my books is gonna maybe help to, you know, declutter a little more. God knows. I also don't like I love decluttering, like in general, like really do love, but at the same time, I don't know why, but like with books, I just like to hold on to them so much. So it's like hard for me to declutter books. Which is why there's only like a few, because I thought there would be way more, and I had a couple in my hand and I was like, maybe get rid of it, and then I was like, no, but like, you know, because of this, and so I didn't. But anyways, that was my decluttering. Folks, go and declutter. It's the end of the year almost, so start fresh, get rid of some stuff, pass it on to people who would enjoy it, actually, you know, people who would actually find joy in this, and do something good for yourself and for other people. And you know, fresh start, new year, Merry Chrysler, God knows. But yeah, that was it. I'm gonna see you next week, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know actually in the comments if you are team I love decluttering or team I hate decluttering, because I feel like there's only 2 ways and I want to know.